home stretch of this Bears season.
So much pain! So much pain!
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and welcome back to another Chicago Bears preview. It is week 16 of the NFL season, and the Bears are at home to take on the Bills. The Bears sit at 3-11, and the Bills sit at 11-3 with the top seed and the AFC. Before I get into that, as I do every single week, I ask you guys, who do you think will win the game? And I ask it in my community tab on this channel, so make sure to keep tabs with that. But I asked you guys who will win, and 79% of you thought that the Buffalo Bills will beat the Chicago Bears out of over 2,000 votes. But before I get into my preview, my predictions of all that on this contest, make sure you guys leave this video a like as it continues to help this channel to grow and boost the YouTube algorithm. And if you are watching this and you're one of the people that are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post. But it's time to get into this Bears and Bills game. Without further ado, let's dive into it. All right, so the Bears are going to kick off with the Bills on Christmas Eve on Saturday. This is why I'm open loading this a day earlier than what I would usually do. But it is an early Christmas Eve game, which is a Saturday. So here we go. We're going to go with the Bears offense versus the Bills defense. The Bears offense coming to this game ranking 19th in points per game with just over 20 points per game with 20.7. They are still at this point the worst passing team in football with 137.1 yards per game. And the Bears are still the very first ranked rushing team in football with 187 yards rushing per game. And they're taking on a very, very stout and very good Buffalo Bills defense that ranks second in points per game, allowing only 17 points per game. And they are 18th against the pass with 219 yards a game. And they are the 6th ranked rushing defense, allowing over 106 yards per game. Now, this Buffalo Bills team is a very, very stout defense with pretty much their core is healthy other than Von Miller, other than Micah Hyde. Bookie Basham is going to be out for this contest, but you still have guys like Ed Oliver, who's questionable, but I think he's going to play, and he's going to be a really stout presence in the middle. A guy like Tremaine Edmonds, I want to touch on his play a little bit later. Tre'Davious White is back and healthy, one of the better corners, I believe, in the NFL. You have a guy like Jordan Poyer, who's still a very dynamic and very effective safety. Xavier Rhodes can be effective. And they're going up against the Bears offense, who's without Darnell Mooney, without Khalil Herbert, without Equinemius St. Brown, possibly without Chase Claypool, as he's listed as doubtful. Without Cody Whitehair, as he's listed as doubtful, and he probably won't play. Tevin Jenkins, doubtful, and he probably won't play. This Bears offense was already struggling to throw the football. Now you're talking about a team that's going to be without Mooney, without Claypool, without St. Brown. This passing game for the Bears, I don't expect it to look very good. Going up against a very good secondary, I believe, and a very good pass rush in the Buffalo Bills, a team that doesn't allow points per game. Now, some of that points per game is kind of, I believe their offense scores a lot, and this team plays very well with the lead. They still have to account for the dynamic of Justin Fields and David Montgomery in the run game. We're going to see how the offensive line shuffling is going to be. I don't think we're probably going to see that until actual game time, as guys are going to line up where. I'm not sure Larry Bohm is probably going to be in. Riley Reef, who's going to start. So there is a lot of questions along this Bears offensive line that allowed 6 sacks last week against a very talented Eagles defense, and you're going up against the talented Bills defense. I think can really put pressure on the quarterback. Jordan Phillips as well up the middle. Shaq Lawson can do some things as well. So you're going up against a Bills defense that can get after the quarterback. You're going up against the Bills defense that is very stout against the run. I think the Bears coming into this game with all the injuries probably is going to be a one dynamic football team, as in one dimensional. Is they can probably only run a football with so many injuries to their wide receiver position and so many injuries to their offensive line coming into this game. Justin Fields' impact is going to be, I think, the key, and them trying to pull off an upset against this Bills team that is pretty much healthy and clicking later on in this season. And then you're talking about one of the better offenses in the game in the Buffalo Bills, who's coming into this game averaging 27 points per game, which ranks 4th in the NFL. 5th is a passing team, which is 265 yards per game. And they are the 8th rushing team with 134 yards a game. And they're going up against the Bears defense that has been getting worse and worse every single week. Now they dropped themselves to 30th in points per game, allowing 25 points. 15th against the pass, which is still dropping a little bit, with 211 yards per game. And they're still one of the worst ranked rushing defenses in football, allowing 143 rushing yards per game. And you're going up against the Bills offense with a dynamic weapon like Stefon Diggs, the pair with Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, and of course you have an MVP candidate in Josh Allen. This Bears defense did feel the presence of Brisker and Gordon being back, as both of them made plays, as Gordon had an interception and a fumble recovery, and Brisker was all over the field. But the Bears defense is going to drop, I think, even more with a guy like Jack Sanborn being placed on IR, effectively ending his season. And the Diggs to Allen pairing has been extremely, extremely good over these past 2 years. And you're going to talk about a Bears secondary that could be without Jalen Johnson, as he's listed as questionable for this ball game. And Jalen Johnson, I think, is going to be a guy that's probably going to travel with Stefon Diggs. Now, Gordon has been getting himself better and better week by week. But you're going up against a very dynamic wide receiving core with Isaiah McKenzie, who they move around with his dynamic speed that can do a lot of different things in your offense. And not to mention the tight end position in Dawson Knox, who has been getting better and better over the last couple of weeks. And with the Bears kind of being weakened at their linebacker position, Matthew Adams, Joe Thomas are still guys that they can be effective, but I don't think they're going to be as effective, especially against this Buffalo Bills offense. And you're going up against a guy like Josh Allen, who can pick apart any type of defense with Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator. And the Bears pass rush has not been great over the past couple of weeks. Gibson, Justin Jones, Pennell Jr., Robinson, Blackson, Muhammad, they have not been getting that consistent pressure on the quarterback. And then on top of what Josh Allen can do throwing the football, you're going to have to account for Josh Allen's running ability and him creating plays out of nothing and scrambling and getting things out of the pocket. Devin Singletary, James Cook, a running game that has been improving over the past couple of weeks for this Buffalo Bills team. And you got to add a dynamic thought, as in Josh Allen's legs. This is a game that is going to be extremely tough for this Bears defense to really slow down a really clicking Buffalo Bills offense that they had their struggles at the midpoint of this season, but the way that they've been able to utilize this offense and the Bears' lack of experience, the Bears' lack of talent on this defense, it could be in for a very, very long day for this Bears defense. Now, coming into this ball game, the Bears, I think, have been getting better and better as far as an offense goes. They've seen more explosion, but the injuries, they're going to hurt them. And you're going to against a Bills team that is very dynamic and is very explosive and can do damaging things on both sides of the football. So here's my pick, and as I remind you guys, 79% of you picked the Buffalo Bills to beat the Chicago Bears at home in the frigid cold. And my pick is going to be agreeing with you guys, and I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills. Now, if you've been a viewer of this channel, I picked the Bills earlier on in this season to represent the AFC as the Super Bowl, and I will still think that the Buffalo Bills can be a team that can represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. And with the Bears' lack of talent and the mounting injuries on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive play not really being up to snuff, even though they look good against the Eagles team last week, but the talent overtook them. And I think some of the similarities will be happening this week, as this Bears team will play extremely hard, but the Bills' talent, I think, will overtake the Bears at some point in this ball game. Now, I'm not going to predict the biggest blowout, but I just think some of the things that Josh Allen can do is pushing the ball down the field versus Jalen Hurts. I think it's going to make a bigger difference, and I think the score is going to be a little bit more separated than it was last week against Philly. So I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills in this game, and I'm going with the score of 28-14. The Bills win the game at Soldier Field in the frigid cold, and I just don't think the Bears have that big of a shot to pull off the upset this week. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Make sure you guys leave this video a like, as it continues to help this channel to grow and it beats the YouTube algorithm. And also, guys, leave your comments down below of what you think of this Bears game coming up. I would love to see what you guys think in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are one of the people that are not subbed to the channel and you've got to this point and you enjoy content like this, make sure you click the subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post on this channel. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. Have a great and excellent day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Happy holidays to you guys. Bear down. Peace.